So what all things we discussed in the last class? Tell me. Lynette, tell me. Main topics.
Ma'am, we discussed about combustion.
Yeah, combustion. Then
We studied about combustible.
yeah, combustible substance. Then
Oxygen is essential.
yeah, okay. What is essential for the burning process to take place? So Vaishnavi, can you tell me what do you mean by this combustion? Yeah, Vaishnavi, tell me.
Combustion is a chemical process in which substance reacts with oxygen and gives off light and heat.
Yeah, it's a reaction, a chemical process in which substance react with oxygen to give off heat or light. It is called combustion, right? And what is the other name of this combustible substance? Lakshmi Nandakumar?
Fuel.
Yeah, very good. Fuel. Then give some examples for fuel. Advait. Fuel.
Ma'am,
Yeah. Examples of fuel.
ma'am, petrol, diesel,
Yeah, petrol, diesel, LPG, CNG.
CNG.
Yeah, kerosene. These all are examples of fuels. And what is the essential thing needed for the burning process or the combustion process to take place? Tell me. Adigish, can you tell me?
Oxygen.
Yeah, oxygen is essential for the combustion reaction to take place. Then today, then we discussed about why we are using this blankets to extinguish fire, right? We discussed till there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wait. All of you switch on your videos. Okay, before that, Isha,
Yes, ma'am.
did you ask one doubt regarding coal and charcoal?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the difference is that coal and charcoal, it's entirely different. Coal is that we mined from under earth between the rocks. Okay, that's coal. It's a fossil fuel. In the case of charcoal, it is the burning remaining of firewood. That is charcoal. Clear?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. All of you switch on your videos. Suryadev, Nadeem, Jahan, Nivedya, Rose, Pooja, Albert, Isha, Amin. Okay. Then, today we are going to learn a new term. That is ignition temperature. Ignition temperature. The lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire. It is known as ignition temperature. The lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire. It is known as ignition temperature. So, all the substance need to reach this ignition temperature for the combustion reaction to take place. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then, a combustible substance cannot catch fire or burn as long as its temperature is lower than its ignition temperature. So, a combustible substance cannot catch fire or burn as long as its temperature is lower than its ignition temperature. So, all the substance need to reach this ignition temperature for the combustion reaction to take place. And what do you mean by this ignition temperature? It is the lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire. Clear? Is this clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ken, can you read these points? Yeah. The next one.
Combustible substance cannot catch fire or burn as long as its temperature is lower than its ignition temperature.
Yeah, a combustible substance cannot catch fire or burn as long as its temperature is lower than its ignition temperature. Okay, is this clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then there are certain questions in your textbook regarding this point. Okay. Yeah. Does a matchstick burn by itself? Tell me. Does a matchstick burn by itself? Yes or no?
No.
No, right? Then how does it burn?
Ma'am, it is strike.
Yeah, strike or we rub it against the matchbox, right? Yeah. Then can you burn a piece of wood by bringing a lighted matchstick near it?
No.
Yeah, no, right? Why? We are using, how can we burn this type of firewood? What we used?
High fire.
Huh? Yeah, using a paper or something, this fire is transferred to the wood, right? Then why do you have to use this paper or kerosene oil to start fire in wood or charcoal? Tell me. Why are we using this? Yeah?
More heat is needed for burning.
Yeah, more heat is needed for burning, and when we put this kerosene oil or paper, it will easily reaches its ignition temperature. We studied that this ignition temperature need to reach for a combustion process to take place, right? If we put this kerosene oil or paper, it will helps to reach the ignition temperature easily and this combustion process take place. Clear?
Yes,
Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Can you tell now why a matchstick does not catch fire on its own at room temperature? What's the reason why this matchstick does not burn its own? Why?
It needs to reach its ignition temperature.
Very good, very good. It needs to reach its ignition temperature. At normal room temperature, it does not reach at its ignition temperature. But when we rub or strike against its matchbox, what happens? It suddenly reaches the ignition temperature and the combustion process take place. Clear? Yeah. Then have you ever seen a cooking oil? Yeah, cooking oil easily catches fire in a vessel or something. Cooking oil catching fire when we kept this pan on a stove or something. Is it catches fire? Cooking oil. Yes or no?
No.
I mean,
No.
no, right? If it heated over, what happens? Sometimes smoke comes, right? But it will not lead to combustion. What's the reason for that? Can you guess what's the reason? It's related to this ignition temperature. Can you tell me the reason? Yeah, the ignition temperature of this cooking oil is very much higher. So need to reach the ignition temperature takes loads of time. That's why the combustion process does not take place when this cooking oil is placed in a pan on the burner. Clear? Yeah. Then this, what about wood? Is it easily catches fire at room temperature? No, right? But what happens when we add some kerosene oil into it?
Then it will burn.
Yeah, it starts to combust or burn, right? So, if wood is heated a little, it would still catches fire. So, in the case of cooking oil and wood, which one has the lowest ignition temperature? Which one easily catches fire? Cooking oil, then this one. Wood. Yeah. Wood or kerosene oil, which one easily catches fire?
Kerosene.
Yeah. So, the ignition temperature of this cooking oil or wood is lower, or it is lower than that of the other one. The kerosene oil and wood do not catch fire on their own at room temperature. Right? Kerosene oil and wood do not catch fire on their own at room temperature. If kerosene oil is heated a little, what happens? It will catch fire. That's why we are adding this kerosene oil into wood and it easily catches fire. If wood is heated a little, it would still not catch fire. If wood is heated a little, it would still not catch fire. But when we add this kerosene oil into wood, it easily catches fire. It means that the ignition temperature of kerosene oil is lower than that of wood. The ignition temperature of kerosene oil is lower than that of wood. Wood should reach more time or more temperature to reach its own ignition temperature. So the ignition temperature of kerosene oil is very low, and when we heat this one, what happens? It easily reaches its ignition temperature and this combustion reaction take place. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Nothing. Okay, Advait, can you read these points?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Kerosene oil and wood do not catch fire on their own at room temperature.
Mm.
Kerosene oil is heated at a little, it will catch fire.
Yeah.
Wood is heated a little, it would still not catch fire.
Yeah.
The ignition temperature of kerosene oil is lower than that of wood.
Yeah, the ignition temperature of kerosene oil is lower than that of wood. That's why the ignition temperature of kerosene is reached fast and this ignition process or the combustion process take place. Right? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Then do you have textbook with you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Lakshmi CV. Lakshmi, can you read this activity 6.4?
Yes, ma'am.
Page number 67. Wait 1 minute. Amin, Abid, Anashwara, Fadil, Advait, Albert, Nivedya, all of you switch on your videos. Okay, Lakshmi, tell me.
Make 2 paper cups by folding a sheet of paper.
Okay.
Pour about 50 ml of water in one of the cup. Heat both the cups separately with a candle. What
Yeah.
do you observe?
So, the activity is that you are making 2 paper cups, okay, by folding a sheet of paper, and we pour about 50 milliliter of water in one of the cups, and we started to heat both the cups separately with using a candle. Then what do you observe? What happens to the empty paper cup? Tell me, what happens to the empty paper cup when we bring a burning candle at the bottom of this paper cup? What happens?
It will burn.
Yeah, it will burn, right? Then what happens to the paper cup with water?
And the water will boil.
Yeah, water will be heated and nothing happens to the paper cup, right? Because this heat is transferred from paper cup to water. That's why this water starts to boiling. Okay? Can you name the phenomenon of this conversion of or the transfer of heat from one to another? Can you name it? Anybody? I think you all are not familiar with that term. Yeah, that's conduction. Okay? Conduction. So the heat supplied to the paper cup is transferred to water by conduction. The heat supplied to the paper cup is transferred to water by conduction. So that happens in the case of first paper cup. In the case of second paper cup, it easily burns, and in the case of second one, the water starts to boil because the heat supplied to the paper cup is transferred to water by conduction. So, in the presence of water, the ignition temperature of paper is not reached, hence it does not burn. So, this presence of water, it slow down the substance to reach its ignition temperature. So, it does not burn. Instead, what happens? This heat is transferred from one body to another. So, here this heat is transferred from this paper cup to water and it starts boiling. And due to the presence of this water, the ignition temperature of the paper is not reached. Hence, it does not burn. Is this activity clear for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Adigesh, can you read these points?
Ma'am.
Okay.
The heat supplied to the paper cup is transferred to water by conduction.
Okay.
So, in the presence of water, the ignition temperature of paper is not reached. Hence, it does not burn.
Okay. Is this clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Can you tell me what do you mean by this ignition temperature? Tamanna, can you tell me? Tamanna, unmute. Yeah. What do you mean by this ignition temperature?
The lowest temperature
Hmm.
which a substance catches fire.
Yeah, the lowest temperature at which substance catches fire, it is known as ignition temperature. All the substance need to reach this ignition temperature for the burning process to take place. Clear? Then, what is the role of this water in this combustion process? Can you tell me? Lynette? Role of this water in the combustion process. Is it helps to reach the ignition temperature? No. Then what happens, or what's the role? It reduces the substance to reach the ignition temperature faster, right? Yeah. So the role of the water is to reduce the time, or not reduce the time, increases the time to reaches the ignition temperature for the burning process. Clear? And among this wood and kerosene oil, which has lowest ignition temperature?
Kerosene.
Yeah, kerosene oil has the lowest ignition temperature. That's why this kerosene oil burns faster. Okay, clear? Okay, then we are going to learn a new term, that is inflammable substances. Inflammable substances. Did you notice this type of signs in your daily life or somewhere?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what does this mean?
Flammable.
Yeah, flammable or danger. It is inflammable or flammable, it's danger. That's the sign shown by this one. Okay, clear? Then we are going to learn this type of inflammable substances. The substances which have very low ignition temperature and can easily catch fire with a flame are called inflammable substances. Substances which have very low ignition temperature, they will reach the ignition temperature faster and can easily catch fire. They easily catch fire with a flame are called inflammable substances. And examples for certain inflammable substances: petrol, alcohol, liquefied petroleum gas, kerosene, etc. So these all are inflammable. The substances which have very low ignition temperature and can easily catch fire with a flame are called inflammable substances. Examples: petrol, alcohol, liquefied petroleum gas, that is LPG, kerosene, etc. Anashwara, can you read these points?
Inflammable substances. Substances which has very low kinetic temperature and can
Ignition temperature.
temperature and can easily catches fire with a flame are called inflammable
Substances. Right? So the substances which have very low ignition temperature and can easily catch fire with a flame are called inflammable substances. Okay, continue.
Examples are petrol, alcohol, liquefied petroleum gas, LPG,
Kerosene, etc.
kerosene,
Yeah, kerosene, etc. So these all are examples of this inflammable substances. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah?
Ma'am.
Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then, how do we control fire?
Sometimes
Tell me.
we pour water on
Yeah, pour water, then
it. Or
sand,
Blanket.
thick
Yeah.
blankets.
Blanket.
thick blankets. Then what happens when a whole building starts to fire? What happens? Or what do you do?
We use fire extinguisher.
Yeah, fire extinguisher, but that's not available in our homes. Then what will we do?
Thick blanket.
fire force.
Yeah, very good. We will call fire force. And what's the number? Service number of fire, or number of fire service?
101.
Yeah, very good. It's 101. So all of you should know this number of fire service, that is 101. And we all using all these techniques to control this fire, right? So the first point is that we should know the telephone numbers of the fire service, that is 101. Okay. That's the first point. And they also do the same thing, right? Pours waters on the flame, but they have a large quantity of tank and they will supply like that. So the main point, it pours water on the flame. What's the role of water? Water will slow down the ignition temperature, right? And it will prevent the burning process. So water cools the combustion material that its temperature brought below its ignition temperature. It prevents fire from spreading. So when we pour water on the flame, it cools the combustion material. So what happens? The temperature will brought below its ignition temperature. Only the substance reaches its ignition temperature, this combustion process take place. But when we pour water on this combustible material, what happens? Its temperature will lead to temperature below its ignition temperature, and it will prevent the fire from spreading. Okay, that's the role of water in this combustion process. And if there is water, there will be water vapor also, right? This water vapor also certain role. It is also surround the combustible material, helping in cutting off the supply of air. So the fire is extinguished. Clear? The role of water and water vapor. When we pour water on the flame, it cools the combustible material and it will bring the ignition temperature below its point and prevents the fire from spreading. And the water vapor produced is also surround this combustible material and it will prevent or cutting the supply of oxygen into air, oxygen into this process. So this fire is extinguished. Clear? Okay. So that's the main things that we do to control fire. Here, Sridev, can you read these points?
How do we control fire? Know the telephone number of the fire service. 101.
Okay.
Pours water on the flame. Water cools the combustion material so that its temperature brought below its ignition temperature. This prevents fire from spreading.
Okay.
Water vapor is also surround the combustible material, helping in cutting off the supply of air. So the fire is extinguished.
Okay. So that's about controlling fire. Then from this, can you tell me which are the essential things that is needed for this combustion process to take place? Essential things.
Oxygen.
Yeah, oxygen, that is air. Then
It has to reach the ignition temperature.
yeah, reach the ignition temperature. Then
Combustible thing.
yeah, combustible thing, that is fuel, right? Yeah. Then one more. To reach this ignition temperature, what will we do? Heat. Very good. Heat. So major 3 points. First one, air or presence of oxygen. Next one, heat to reach the ignition temperature. Next one, fuel. Fuel or the combustible material. So these three are the major requirements or the essential requirements for the production of fire. First one, fuel, that is combustible material. Then air to supply oxygen, that's the second point. And the third point, heat to raise the temperature of the fuel beyond the ignition temperature. To reach the ignition temperature faster, we should heat the combustible material. Clear? Okay. So these three, fuel, air and heat, these are the essential requirements for the production of fire. Okay. Shall I move to next one?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the fire can be controlled by removing one or more of these requirements, right? Fire can be controlled by removing one or more of these requirements. If we prevent the supply of oxygen, or if we this cools down the temperature, or cools down this combustible materials, fire can be controlled, right? So fire can be controlled by removing one or more of these requirements. Then the job of a fire extinguisher is to cut off the supply of air or to bring down the temperature of the fuel or both. So that's the role of this fire service or the fireman. The job of a fire extinguisher is to cut off the supply of air or to bring down the temperature of the fuel or both. But in most cases, fuel cannot be eliminated. Can you guess what's the reason behind that? Who is speaking? Yeah? I can't hear properly.
Ma'am, now can you hear?
Yeah, Isha, tell me.
Ma'am, maybe because the fuel has caught fire.
Fuel?
Fuel has caught fire.
Yeah, if consider it in the case of a building, right? It starts from a room or some corner of a building, but easily it will transfer to the old building, and this old building is considered or undergoes as a fuel or a combustible material. So the controlling of this old building is not practical. That's why we are saying that the most cases it cannot be eliminated completely. The fire cannot be extinguished completely. Clear? Okay. Then there is one more period, right? So let me take your attendance and you all join in studio board 4 at 4:30. Okay? Before that, let me take your attendance. Adikesh,
Listen, ma'am.
Abhiram, Krishna, Abid, Adelio, Advaid Murali,
Present, ma'am.
Advaid Sinu,
Present, ma'am.
Albert, Alvin, Amaljit, baby, Amin Shafiq,
Listen, ma'am.
Amras, Anashwara,
Present.
Anjana, Benedict, Fadil,
Listen, ma'am.
okay. Henin Nasser,
Listen, ma'am.
Hrithwik,
Present, ma'am.
Irene Maria,
Listen, ma'am.
Isha Fatima,
Present, ma'am.
Ken Shibin, Lakshmi present, Lynette present, Muhammad Salim, okay, Nadeem, yeah, Ken,
ma'am.
okay, Nandana, Navaneet, Nivedya Rose, Ja,
Present, ma'am.
Sridev,
Present, ma'am.
Suryadev,
Present, ma'am.
Tamanna, Tom Jose, Vaishnavi. Okay, so all of you join at 4:30 in board 4. Okay. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.